Unfortunately, we lost a bit of, we lost signal there for a second. There's signal here in Sasolburg at the bowling club, not the best. We had a very, very lucky run yesterday. Daisy calling for a slightly over the draw shot there. She doesn't want too much weight. Be back again.
Right, so that is one shot to Eastern Province to make the score 2-all after 4 ends. We couldn't have a tighter game than this. As I mentioned earlier, we were talking about Andrew Sturley, and we lost a little bit of signal there. We apologize for that. The signal is not that great around this area, but hopefully we won't have any more problems going forward. As we said, Andrew is a family man. He's married to Monique and has 2 wonderful children, Gabriella, or Gabby as we know her. And Gabby is age 6, and her little brother Adam is aged 3. And they're watching Daddy on the TV at home today, and hopefully they are enjoying themselves watching their Daddy, and hopefully Daddy can do them proud. So to the Sturleys down in Eastern Province, enjoy your viewing today. Another great opener from Daisy. Daisy certainly has played the first 4 ends incredibly well. She's probably been, the furthest ball's probably been a meter away. It's up to Panache to now compete with her. And Panache is sticking to the backhand, which we found out throughout this weekend that the lines on that backhand are very, very difficult. I think the better option will be to follow Daisy's line and to play her hand. Daisy seems very focused this morning. They were a little bit unlucky yesterday in some of their games. They won 1 game out of 3. Oh, what a great shot
stunner.
again. That's an absolute great shot from Daisy. It's very difficult to get behind the jack once you're on the jack. So she's hidden the jack away and provided cover at the back as well. Ernest Wagner and Panache are joint leaders in the red section with 6 points, accompanied by 5 other sides on 6 points. Rudy Jacobs, Jerry Baker, Johan de Lange, and Evelyn Kluti. So this section is very, very tight. That's all to play for today, and I think today will be the moving day. Andrew Sturley only won the 1 game yesterday, but he's only 1 win away from joining the leaders. He did receive a bronze medal last year, and hopefully he can rattle up a couple of wins today to be in the mix.
Oh, she plays it exactly where he called it. That was a great shot.
Daisy's been very impressive this morning. 5 ends now. She's been very, very, very few bowls have been wasted.
Okay, so the jack lying just behind Daisy's, we can see the shadow of the jack sticking out behind the front bowl, the front orange bowl.
That's correct. So Daisy has basically got a front toucher and a receiver just slightly behind that. So I think it'll be a case of damage limitation now for Ernest, but trying to draw a good second. Doesn't want to drop a number, a 3 or a 4. Andrew has drawn another shot, but he has opened it
Yeah,
up.
he's now opened it up. Now,
I just hope Ernest can find this line, because it's not an easy line to find on the backhand. But he's certainly very close. He's certainly very close here. Well, that's going to certainly help. I think that is second shot. And he'll be looking to turn the jack around the corner to make 3. And I think Andrew's playing for it. I think he's playing for the jack, but his ball might just duck. Didn't quite have the weight for the shot he's looking for. Lefty shot open now for Ernest to play. Only he can play through the head, possibly move the jack himself, and negate Andrew's shot. I think that's exactly what Ernest is doing. He's very, very close to his ball. Played it with great weight there, because if he picked up the jack, it would have negated Andrew's shot. Andrew's still got a shot now to rest off the front balls and maybe tickle the jack for 3. I think it's still only 1 to EP. Ernest might try to play even a little bit more weight in there, because he has got the best back now. He doesn't want to move the jack and let it get locked on one of the back balls, because then he could be a few down. So if he does play the shot, he must play it positively with enough weight to drag the jack right through. He's certainly playing with enough weight, and he's very, very close. Well, the result didn't really go his way. He might still be 1 down. Thanks.
One to EP. Is Daisy from? No. Daisy's from BGN. It's one to EP.
Well, Ernest's last ball, he actually got the shot there, so it was a great shot there by Ernest. It wasn't really the result he was looking for, but when he went down, he was 3 down, so he got the shot again. So Ernest has certainly played some great ends, turning shots around. BGN now take a 3-2 lead. Update you with scores on the other rings that we have so far. On the A green, that's where we're streaming the event. Jerry Baker is playing against Toby Gerber from Sables. After 5 ends, Jerry Baker is 7-2 up. Fran Baleri is playing Johan de Lange from Sedibeng. Sedibeng 3-1 up. Gerard Diffenacker from EKB playing against Limpopo. EKB are 6-3 up after 5 ends. Lionel van Niekerk is playing Rudy Jacobs from Northern Free State. At this stage, Rudy Jacobs is 7-0 up against Lionel van Niekerk. And then on the other section, in the blue section, Eden 5, Border 2. Northwest 6, Mpumalanga 3. Western Province 5, Southern Free State 2. Natal Inland 4, Boland 2, Kingfisher 4, Northern Cape 4. So there's some very tight games going on in that section. That section is also very tight. Leading that section is Wayne York. He's the one team that has got full points after the day's play yesterday. They're sitting on 9 points, as well as Kingfisher, Dora Vosloo. They've got 9 points, followed by CFP and Mathewson on 6 points, Mark Hensberg 6 points, and then we've got a host of teams on 3 points. That's 1 win: Western Province, Mpumalanga, Natal Inland, Northwest, and Eden. So there's only 1 or 2 wins away from the bottom to the top. And it's all to play for today.
Yeah, I took a walk around a little bit earlier, and CP Mathewson and the Northern Cape side looking very smart in their new uniforms with the blue pants. I'm surprised they haven't actually changed that a long time ago.
Daisy was forced to change her hand there now. She hasn't been quite as close as I said as she has been during the game, but she's still a meter away from the jack. Panashe is holding the shot. Panashe seems very, very impressed with the bowls that she has delivered this end. Another smooth delivery by Ernest, and Ernest has just drawn the shot again. He's having a dream game so far, Ernest. Really, really very impressive. Delivery is very good. Temperament, excellent. Certainly a bowler for the future. As we said, today is Youth Day, 16th of June, and we're fortunate to have a number of youth players playing in this event. On our live stream event, we've got Panashe, who's under 25. We've got Desi, who's just been picked as a Protea for a second time, going to the African States this year. Desi is also, we call her a very youthful 30. And Ernest Wagner is 25 years old. And in this tournament, we do have Fran Baleri, who is also a very young lady making a mark in the game, and CFP Mathewson is also in his 20s. So there's a whole host of young players making a mark in this game, which is very, very pleasing to see. So Ernest drew the shot there, and he made a few shots. So BGN take a 6-2 lead against EP, and I think it's mainly due to Ernest, who's playing really well. Panashe is providing good support to him. I think Desi must just try and keep going as she has been. And hopefully Ernest will miss some time. And Ernest is standing there proud and tall, and he just stands there like a champion, like a person who's in control of the game. Whether he's up or whether he's down, he always looks the same on the green. Andrew Sturley, he tells me that he used to play with his wife, Monique, who I think is at home watching with their 2 children. And 2 years ago, he said he wants to have a chance to play with Desi. And they won the mixed pairs last year. And they got a bronze in the South African mixed pairs. So he said to his wife, well, I have to play with Desi because we are defending champions. So they won it again this year, the EP mixed pairs. So unfortunately, Monique, you're going to have to wait another 2 years before you get a chance to get your hubby back. Right, so that was a very good move from Ernest, throwing a shorter end. And he has changed Panashay's hand to the forehand. It's very, very good thinking on his part. He seen that Panashay had been battling a bit on the backhand, changed it to the forehand, and Panashay's first bowl is about a foot from the jack. So well done there, Ernest, on changing your lead's hand. Desi has been playing this forehand going away extremely well. So that was another great bowl by Desi. It's going to be extremely difficult to beat that bowl with the 2 balls just slightly in front of the jack. And it's a time to capitalize from Desi. Desi has been playing extremely well this game. But whatever Desi has done, Ernest has negated. Well, I think that Panashay must sort of fatten the head up a little bit for Ernest, give him something to play to. It was a good effort there from Panashay. She played 3 good bowls, so Ernest will be very happy with that. Well, Desi drew her first ball 2 inches in front of the jack, and then I think she was just trying to maybe get a foot behind the jack, not to provide any target for Ernest to use. And I think it's a bit of pressure showing because now she's worried that Ernest is going to get the shot again, the way he has been playing. So she didn't want to make any type of target, and she just basically overplayed her second and her third ball. Well done, Andrew. That could be another shot. Andrew doesn't want to get too far behind in this game because then he'll be playing catch-up. I think it's important for him to try and score the next 2 ends, even if it's 2 singles, just to keep himself in touch of the game. Ernest certainly played this ball with a lot of confidence, but he's just going to get hooked on his first ball. I think his line was good. Hasn't really got that much to play to. I think in this head he must just try and settle 4th second to try and draw a good second and just drop a 1. Sometimes when you're trying to be too clever, then it's when you end up dropping bigger numbers. Again, this backhand that they are playing there just does not seem to come back. It just seems to drift a little bit away from the head. The better option might be to stick on the forehand and to try and get another shot. But as I said, the way Ernest is playing, they don't want to give him a target or a jack level ball on the forehand side. But I think Andrew with his last ball might change his hand to follow Desi's first bowl down. Well, Ernest is certainly following this ball. And he's pushed his ball up to second shot. I think that's a very good shot from Ernest. So Andrew has moved to the forehand. And he's very close this time. If he touches the jack, he could have made a couple, but he just needed an extra foot of weight. So that's 1-2 Eastern Province. Score is now 6-3 after 7 ends. Yeah, if Eastern Province can just keep nagging away with 1s and 2s, it's basically just 1 end for them to catch up. So Desi's taking the mat right back this time, right on the 2-meter mark. And I think they might be calling for a longer end. Ernest has certainly been playing very, very well on the short ends to 3/4 ends. So I think it's a good tactic for Desi to throw the jack a little bit longer, this head. So basically they're playing T to T, 2 meters from the ditch to 2 meters to this ditch. And again, Desi's first bowl is very, very good weight. We found that on the longer ends, they need to take a slightly wider line because at the finisher, it finishes very, very strongly. The ball seems to pick up speed coming down this way, so an extra little bit of grass does help. And Panache has found that line perfectly, but just dropped about 1 meter short. Well, Desi certainly has given this one an extra line. Ernest did tell me this morning that his father is coming to watch him play today. His father played a big influence on his bowls career. He attributes all his success that he's had in life to his father, provided him with strong values. So, Erot, we're looking forward to seeing you later on today. Well, Desi got the line right this time, but just basically took the weight off. It's about a meter short. It's actually a measure for shot now. It's important for Banashay to try and just get around her front bowl, and if she can draw onto the jack, she's very, very close to it. Very, very close. I think she's played a great shot. She's actually turned her bowl in for another shot, so she's holding 2. So we'll have to see how Andrew plays under pressure. This head, he's like we said, he needs to keep in touch with BGN. Doesn't want BGN to get away from him. As we said, it's a beautiful day here in Sasolburg. It's about 15 degrees at the moment, not a breath of wind. It's a lovely sunny day. Most of the players have got their tracksuit tops off, playing in their summer shirts. It's an array of colour all around. I will be bringing you the updated scores after this end. Andrew certainly got the weight this time. He's playing very positive to it, and he's very, very close. Well, it was a great effort from Andrew. Possibly play that same line again with an extra 2 meters of weight to either find the bowl or the jack. And this has taken a very good wide line, giving it plenty of time to come back. Yep, and he's turned his ball even closer, so still 2. And he must play something similar to what he did last, maybe an extra meter or 2 of weight. Certainly has done that. So he has not taken the weight off. Yep, he had a perfect line for it, and possibly another couple of meters of weight. Ernest hasn't quite got the weight this time, but you need not worry about that. He's played exceptionally well this game, and whenever he has been under pressure, he has been able to convert. Important big ball now from Andrew. And I don't think Andrew has given it the push that he needs. So a little bit disappointing there from Andrew, and he shows that he's not happy with himself this morning. But he must realize that there's still a long way to go in this game, and Desi is playing very well, so he just needs to join the party and help Desi a bit. Right, so that's 2 shots to BGN. BGN now lead 8-3 after 8 ends. I can bring you the results or the scores of the other games happening in this tournament. In the red section is the section that we are streaming today. Jerry Baker is 10-5 up against Toby Gerber from Sables. And then there's some interesting news here. Seda Bang, playing against Fran Baleri from KwaZulu-Natal, have just picked up a full hour 6 to lead KwaZulu-Natal by 12 shots to 2. Evelyn Kluti from Limpopo is up against Gerard Duvenhagen 14-6. And Rudy Jacobs is playing against Lionel van Niekerk from Port Natal. Rudy is leading 8-3 after 9 ends. The other section, we have Border 10, Eden 8, Mpumalanga 8, Northwest 8, Western Province 10, Southern Free State 7, Natal Inland 7, Boerland 7, Northern Cape 8, Kingfisher 5. So that's a sort of a top of the log clash. That one, Kingfisher won 3 games yesterday, and tell Northern Cape at C.P. Mathewson and his mother only dropped the 1 game. So that's an important result, that. And the other important result in that section is Wayne York, who won 3 games yesterday, is now down 10-7 to Western Province. As we said, bowls is a sport for all shapes and sizes, all ages, from the age of 10 or the age of 9 to the age of 90. And that's what makes bowl such a unique sport. In this particular tournament, we have 8 couples, 8 husband and wife combinations playing out of the 20 sides. We have a brother and sister combination, and we also have a mother-son combination. So out of the 10 sides, 50% of the sides playing in this tournament are all family-oriented couples. Daisy's holding the shot again, and I was quite surprised that Panashe has been battling on the backhand, moved back to the backhand. Last time she drew some very good bowls on the forehand. So well done to Daisy, persisting on that forehand, holding 2 again. As we said, she must just keep on plugging away, and hopefully that Ernest will fail 1 or 2 ends. Yeah. Well done, Ernest. He's got second shot. Very unlucky there. He found the ball full. He could have stayed for shot, but he was in the target area again. Playing exceptionally good bowls, particularly when he shot down, changing the head with his first bowl every head. Oh, that's a good shot from Andrew. He just turned his bowl closer to the jack. It's going to be very difficult for Ernest now to actually get the shot. It's a very good pairing, Ernest and Panashe. They seem to have a very good communication on the green. Their synergy together is excellent. They keep on encouraging each other. Well, Andrew has drawn a very, very good shot. Hopefully that will give him the confidence going forward. He's holding 2. If he picks up a 2 this end, he'll only be 3 behind. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think this game is going to go down to the wire. Another very, very clean, smooth delivery from Ernest, and he's certainly in the area. Just pulled up slightly short there, so it looks like EP are holding the 2. I think the best option will be for Andrew at this stage is not to start looking for extra shots, just to maybe draw another one for 3. He picks up a 3 this end, he'll only be 2 behind in the game. Andrew is very close again. Possibly just under grass just slightly, but he might turn his own up. Having a look for the 3rd, I think. So it's 2 out, measure for 3. The bowl that Andrew turned up with his last bowl was 2nd shot. So they're just measuring for 3. Could possibly be 3. Right, so that was 2 shots to Eastern Province. Eastern Province are now 5-8 down to BGN. I think this game could go down to the wire. And all of a sudden there's a bit of a spark from Andrew. He seems to be a lot more chirpy now after playing a couple of good shots last end. Hopefully it will give him the confidence going forward. Desi is playing really good bowls. Probably had the edge on Panachet up until the stage, but I think Ernest has been the player of the game so far. Been turning around a lot of shots. That's another good start there from Desi. At about 2 feet behind the jack. Now, Desi has brought the mat up quite a distance. It'll be interesting to see how it affects Panachet's weight, because I don't think she would have played many games with the mat that far up. Just slightly short, but a very good line. Mike Marnovic has just arrived. Looking really chirpy this morning, Mike. Are you here to support anybody in particular?
Yes, of course. I'm a Sables man, always will be. So I'm here to support our Sables team, and they're busy having a hard time with Jerry Baker. But I'm sure the game is going to finish on a high note.
I certainly hope so. Turby and Karen told me they went to a wedding last night. And they had a good party last night, so I don't know how they're feeling this morning. But they are certainly hanging in there in the game. At this stage, Jerry is 13-7 up on Sables. So may it all go well there at the end there, Mike.
Yes, thank you. 4 of us pitched up here to come and support, and he played a great shot just now. He boxed the white, and we tried to give him a Mexican wave. How's that?
Well, that's excellent. That's good to see the players from the Gauteng area coming to support their players. We're having a great game of bowls here on the televised link with 2 young players, Panachet and Desi. Both been picked as proteas to go to the African states later on this month. They're having a ding-dong battle. And then we've got the youngster Ernest Wagner, who's been playing incredibly bowls. He's certainly on a hot streak, having been in the final of the BGN Open Masters last weekend. playing against Andrew Sturley, who got a bronze medal in this event last year. So we certainly are in for a treat this game. There's 3 shots difference. BGN are 8-5 up in the game. And Rudy Jacobs is playing on the rink alongside us. It's Rudy Jacobs' birthday today. We won't mention his name, but all I can say he is a veteran. So Rudy is having a good birthday so far. He is 11-5 up on Port Natal.
And there you have Bobby doing the commentary. He's
Here we are sitting in the commentary box, and alongside me is the Bowls executive member Owen James. It's been awesome being here with the players this weekend so far. We've had good weather. The organisation of the tournament has been exceptional. Sasolburg Bowling Club has spent over 300,000 Rand upgrading the club. The minute details, attention to detail, particularly in the kitchen and in the dining area, has been far of what we exceeded or expected to happen. And it's a credit to Sasolburg Bowling Club, to Jochi and his team, Sarita, who've been organising tirelessly for over a year for this tournament. Well done to them. Everything is in good condition. The greens are playing well. There's been absolutely no complaints about the green, and long may this continue and the success of this tournament continue throughout the weekend.
Yeah, I also believe Sasol has done pretty well in getting everything sorted out, and so far we've had no issues. Everything has run extremely smoothly, and it's down to the credit to the Sasolburg organising committee. They've really done a sterling job, and certainly are great hosts for all of us that have come down here. Thanks to Sasolburg. You've done a great job so far.
Well, Ernest was on target there. Unfortunately, he only got the 1 ball. He's still got lying second shot. And they're going to look for the, they're going to look for the second. It might be 2. From this angle here, it's very close, I think. They are going to measure it. But I sort of fancy the orange bowl from this angle. I don't know. So it's only 1 to Eastern Province. The score is now 8-6 after 10 ends. The gap is closing, and I think we're in for a very, very tight finish in this game.
Desi has pulled the mat up quite high again. They're obviously enjoying that length.
Desi will continue on her forehand. She's been playing this forehand incredibly well this tournament. And in this game. Nice big swinger, and as the green gets a little bit drier, the green might be speeding up a little bit. The shadows have all disappeared on the green. Perfect day, perfect conditions for bowls. Now that mat length looks like it might be upsetting Panache a little bit with the mat up. As I said, she's only been playing bowls for 2 years, so she wouldn't have had many games with the mat right up. It may affect her distance. Desi, on the other hand, has been playing bowls for 17 years. Started at the age of 14. I'm not giving away your age, but you can do the maths there. So Desi has been around the block for a long time, represented EP for a number of years now. Ordered the Protea colours earlier on this year on the tour to Australia, and she will be representing South Africa along with Panache in the African States Tournament in June this year. And this one looks very good. It's a good bowl there from Desi. Panache has dropped her bowls slightly short. A little bit of inexperience there. You know, when you are up in the game, wouldn't like to drop too many short bowls. The opposition will be looking to attack the head more. So anything behind the head might be good. Weight certainly was a lot better this time, and I think she's actually drawn the shot. Well done, Panache.
I did notice on that walk up to the mat more spring in his step for EP this time. They feel that they are making inroads now on the score.
Oh, Andrew, since he played the good shot a couple of heads ago, he certainly has upped his game. He is holding he's down at the moment, but a ball of his was possibly a foot short. We will update you with the scores on the other games after this end. I know there's a wide viewership throughout the country watching the SA Mixed Pairrs. And every district does have its team playing here, so there's been a lot of interest in this tournament. And it's probably just dropped slightly short. Desi is very, very positive in her calling. There's no ifs or buts, but her calling is direct and very confident in her calling. She's actually asking Andrew to play with a meter or two into the head to either turn her bowl or to turn Andrew's bowl into the head for shot. And Andrew is pretty close.
Yeah, he certainly gave the weight this time.
That's exactly what Daisy called it, turn the ball into the head for shot. A great shot there from Andy. And he certainly has upped his game in the last couple of heads, and we'll see how Ernest reacts to that. Desi does have the best back bowl, so I don't think the weighted shot is an option.
Oh,
Well, he got the jack full and he stayed with it, so he picked up one. It was a great shot again there from Ernest to get the shot. So BGN are now leading 9 shots to 6 after 11 heads. It's a three-point game. The other results in the red section, that's the section that we are streaming today. Limpopo are well ahead against Eastern Districts. The score is now 22-7 after 15 heads. So it looks like Limpopo will win that game, and Limpopo had a good day yesterday, winning 2 out of the 3 games. So they will be also joining the leaders on 9 points. There'll be a few teams on 9 points. We have Sedibeng, who had also 2 wins yesterday. They are playing against KwaZulu-Natal. And KwaZulu-Natal at this stage are 18-17 down. Sorry, 8-17 down. So it's 17 to Sedibeng and 8 to KwaZulu-Natal. And then Rudy Jacobs from Northern Free State, it's his birthday today. He's 12 shots to 7 up against Lionel van Niekerk on Port Natal with 4 ends to play. And then Jerry Baker from JBA is 14-7 up on Toby Cronier from Sables. So if Jerry wins that game, he will go to 9 points. If Rudy wins that game, he will go to 9 points. If Sedibeng win that game, they go to 9 points. And if BGN win this game, they go to 9 points. And Limpopo, if they win this game, they will go to 9 points. So it's really, really looking very, very close at the top of this section, all to play for. On the other section, we've got Border. We're playing against Eden. Score is very, very close there after 13 heads. Eden leading 12 shots to 11. In Northwest, Colin Diago on 14, and Lani Nel Mpumalanga is on 9 after 12 ends. Western Province are playing against Southern Free State. Southern Free State are leading that section, but they're not going too well this morning. Well, they are 13-10 down. They have made a slight comeback after 12 ends, so their game is still there to be won by Southern Free State. And then Natal Inland against Boerland is a very, very close game there. Natal Inland 11 and Boerland 10. And our final game in that section, CFP Mathewson, who was on 6 points yesterday, only lost 1. He's up against Kingfisher, who won all 3 games yesterday, 9 shots to 8. So that's also going down to the wire. So there's some very, very close games. Sections after this round are going to be extremely tight. And after this round, we'll still have another 5 games to play. So nobody's really out of it yet. So Desi again has played a very, very compact head and given Andrew plenty of balls to use. As we said earlier, Ernest Wagner has been changing the head quite often, particularly with his first bowl when he's been shot down. And he's very close again. Well, he just needed about a foot of weight. Eastern Province still hold 2 shots. Andrew's very close with this ball. Yeah, that's a great shot there from Andrew. He's actually blocked that hand now as well. So he's holding 3. And it's certainly narrowed his line, but he actually seemed to walk with that ball as he delivered it, which cut his line and his weight. If Andrew turns his last bowl about a foot onto the jack, it will be lights out. He's certainly in the channel again. Yes, he's drawn another great bowl. So well done to Andrew. He certainly has been playing a lot better in the last 3 or 4 ends. And Ernest is in trouble now. He's certainly playing with a lot of weight. I just hope he's going to bend. Well, he didn't get the result he wanted. He could still be 4 down. So this is a big head, this. If Andrew draws another one to pick up a 5.
Yeah, this definitely can be a swing in the game.
Yep. Very important head, this. And Andrew is certainly in the channel again. I think he's going to draw another one. Yep, that's 3 great balls there from Andrew. So it looks like it's 5 to Eastern Province, which means they will take 11-9 lead. One head just can swing the whole momentum of the game. As we said earlier on, if Desi just carries on plugging it away and putting pressure on Ernest, eventually he will miss one head. This is the first head that he missed. And fortunately, Andrew found his form this head as well and drew 3 buttes. And this head can be the turning point of the game. And I think with that met up slightly as well, it's just working in favour of Eastern Province. Andrew's playing a lot better with a met up. Obviously a tactic that he does use quite often down in Eastern Province, because from early on in the game he had the met up. And as we said earlier, Desi on the forehand going away from the board, she's been lethal. So Desi has picked up a kill on a 5, and it's always important to try and score the next head if you do pick up a kill. If you pick up a 5 and then a 2, that means you've actually picked up 7 shots. If you pick up a 5 and then drop a 2 or a 3, that means you've only picked up 2 shots. So the next end after you pick up a kill is very important, and that's where you would like your lead to really put one really close. Port Natal are slowly creeping up on Rudy Jacobs. The score in that game now is Northern Free State 12, Port Natal 10. That is after 15 ends. I see Ernest's father has just arrived. Erard, we're trying to get him into the commentary box for a few words.
I'm going to go and give it to them. Is it not due for the next score? Yeah. The 15th.
Erard. Erard. Moet je praat hier zo. I'll ask you a couple of questions about Just joined us in the commentary box. We have Ernest's father, Erod. Erod did pay a huge tribute to you earlier on. He said that you are his role model and you've helped him through life with these values and the way he lives his life. So it's a great credit to you. We're very impressed with Ernest on the green, his mannerisms, and just the way he is, the way he's playing bowls. You must be a very proud father today, particularly after his great success that he had last weekend. And I know there are a lot of people from BGN who are watching, so we'd like you to tell us more about Ernest and how he has progressed, and if you can speak Afrikaans so that the guys in Pretoria understand.
Dankie. Ernst was nog altyd, maar hy was eintlik sy hele lewe 'n modelkind. Jy het nooit gesukkel met hom nie. Hy is mal oor sport. Ek en hy het saam begin rolbal speel. Die eerste jare die cricket so 'n bietjie voorkeur gekry, maar rolbal het oorgeneem en hy's regtig toegewyd en hy's baie hard op homself rondom die spel. Hy wil altyd goed doen en ja, hy gee net sy beste. So ons is baie trots op hom en ons hoop dat hy sal voortgaan met rolbal, want ons verloor so baie jong spelers baie keer na skool, maar hy het aangegaan en ja, en ook by sy klub en die distrik ondersteun hulle hom, so dit is regtig 'n voorreg vir hom om rolbal te kan speel en ook dan nou by hierdie toernooi te wees. Ek dink hy en Panache het baie hard gewerk om hier te kom en ons vertrou dat hulle hierdie 3 dae sal geniet en dat hulle ook hier net hulle beste sal gee.
Thank you for those kind words, Erod. You said hopefully they enjoyed the 3 days here. Well, I would like to see them enjoy the 4 days here because hopefully they'll be playing in the final on Sunday. And the way they have been playing, they certainly do have a chance in a very, very tough section here, along with Rudy Jacobs and Jerry Baker. So they're in a tough section, but they did have a nice win against Jerry Baker yesterday morning. You must have been very proud of that.
Ja, dit was baie goed. Toe ek die eerste telling sien hulle het goed gewen, toe weet ek hulle het 'n kans. Maar hulle weet ook dat hulle moet nederig bly, want elke wedstryd moet jy op meriete speel. En ja, ek glo as hulle aanhou konsentreer en speel soos hulle nou speel, kan dit goed gaan. En dan ja, ek hoop ons kan hulle Sondag weer nog hier sien.
Thank you very much, Erod, for those kind words. And your son is a credit to your family. He's a wonderful young man, very good manners, and he just seems to be the same, whether he's up or down on the green, and a very well-balanced young man. It's a lot of credit to you as well, so congratulations on your son. And we'll see you later on in this tournament. Thank you. Right, so EP did pick up a shot on that end. They are now leading by 3 shots. Like I said, I still think this game is going to go down to the wire. Ernest has been playing exceptionally well. And normally when you do play well, the last few ends, when the pressure is really on, then you'll probably play a couple of special shots. The Limpopo game against EKB is just finished. Limpopo have just won that game by 29 shots to 7. Jerry Baker from JBA is 14-9 up against Sables after 14 heads. And Port Natal are making a comeback there against Northern Free State. After 16 heads, the score is now 12 all. 12 each. Northern Free State versus Port Natal. And then Sedibeng are playing against KwaZulu-Natal instead of being on 19-10 up after 16 heads. It's a good opener from both leads. What impresses me about Daisy, she plays very, very few short bowls. She gets the ball close, and then the next one is always behind the jack. It's another great draw there from Daisy. So Daisy is continuing with the pressure. Pressure might just be getting a little bit too earnest. Daisy certainly has had the better of the two leads in this game. But Panache, she's just been selected as a Pro-Tier player. She certainly has the ability. She's very close with this ball. She might even draw the shot with this ball. She's drawn an absolute perler. It might not be shot. It's a good look for the stage. Well, it's a really good measure 4 shot at the moment. Daisy is using the fingers to try and negate, and she doesn't give us an answer, so she's keeping it to herself. Right, in the other section, after 16 heads, Border and Eden are 13 all. After 14 heads, Northwest are leading Mpumalanga 15-12. After 15 heads, Western Province are peeling with Southern Free State 16 all. Well, a very unfortunate shot there from Andrew.
Moved the jack back, but still a shot down.
Yep. And then Sepia Mathewson, who is one of the leaders of that section. Oh, they were just 3 points behind. He won 2 games yesterday. Is now leading Kingfisher, who are unbeaten in that section by 11 shots to 9. Kingfisher are certainly the dark horses of this tournament, with Dora and Timothy playing, representing Kingfisher. They won 3 games yesterday, all very tightly games, and they're having another tight game now, 11 to 9 down. So BGN are holding 1 shot. BGN would like to pick up a couple this head to close the gap slightly. There are 3 shots behind at this stage. I've only played 13 heads, so there's another 5 ends to play.
With your use of it, then I can update them for you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks so much.
There's one final score.
Cool. Even if I got 2 minutes. Thank you.
Very good effort, right?
I think Ernest is just running out of petrol there. He's BGN are holding 1. They would like to possibly get more than a 1 this head. It's slowly running out. Well done to Andrew. He's really played a couple of good shots the last couple of ends as well. From about the 8th or 9th end, Andrew really played some incredible bowls. He started off a little bit wobbly this morning, but certainly has worked his way into the game and taken the lead now. It was a good effort there from Ernest. Possibly needed a bit more weight to hold up on that big bender. They are measuring for a shot. Desi did say it could be ours, so it's still 1 to BGN. So the score is now 12-10 to Eastern Province. That is after 14 ends. So this game, ladies and gentlemen, is going down to the wire. And Rudy Jacobs, who's 12 all after 16 ends against Port Natal, seem to have picked up a number now. Looks like they are measuring for 3 or 4 for Northern Free State. And I think Rudy Jacobs has picked up a full house 6, I think. The score was 12 all after 16 ends, and it seems to me that Rudy Jacobs has just picked up a 6. It's amazing. They've spent 16 heads to get to 12 shots and then 1 6 to 18. And it was a very, very spread out head. That the closest ball from Port Natal must have been about 3 meters away. So it was a case of all fall down there by Port Natal.
Yep, that's a confirmed 6.
Yeah, it definitely was a 6. So that's the second 6 we've had this tournament so far. Well done to Rudy and Tracy. It is Rudy's birthday, so hopefully his insurance will cover that and get a nice birthday present.
While that was while we were watching that, Panesha has drawn another great bowl.
And it's awesome to see Owen, a young player like this, playing under big pressure, playing on the TV rink, handling the pressure like Panesha has done. I think your arrow certainly is pointing upwards. The future of bowls. Her brother Anesu is also a good bowler. He has been invited to the advanced skills training camp at the Nest next month. So it's really good to have brother and sister combination playing.
Yeah, who knows, in a year or two's time, we'll have another brother-sister combo.
Yes, I think so.
Playing in the family.
But I don't think Ernest wants to get rid of Panesha just yet.
No, I don't.
They seem to get on really, really well. This could be another big head. Ernest will be looking to consolidate, possibly take that catch away. Ideally, you'd like to turn Panashai's front bowl through the head and possibly rest on the short bowl to take the catch away. He's electing to play the backhand.
Yeah, maybe attempting to tuck the jack there a little bit.
Yeah, he certainly turned that ball closer, which makes it a lot more difficult now for Andrew. Andrew doesn't want to drop a number this head. I think it's a case of game management now. He is 12 up, 12-10 up in the game. And if he can limit the damage this head to 1, you'd be happy. He does have the best back bowls. That is also an option. As you said, this backhand going away from the board is a very tricky hand. When you just miss the line on the outside, it just hangs there, doesn't come back. Ernest has just gone under the line and he's very close again. I do think that the orange bowl is holding them out of quite a few shots. So Ernest might be looking, if Andrew does nothing with this bowl, to turn that orange bowl through the head. And again, Andrew's taken the wide line on that end, and it just doesn't seem to come back. He might even turn his own bowl out through the head, which he has done, so it could be a couple down. Yeah.
They might have might be holding 4 now, BGN.
Well,
after that last shot.
JBA against Sables. JBA are 18-11 up after 17 ends, so it looks like JBA will be winning that game. Rudy Jacobs, who's just picked up a full hour 6 now. We're 12 all after 16 heads. So Rudy Jacobs moves to 18-12, 6 up playing the last end. And there's no way Port Natal can get a 6 that head, so Rudy will win that game. And so Rudy and Jerry will be leading that section alongside Limpopo, all on 9 points. And our next live stream game is Rudy Jacobs versus Jerry Baker, so that should also be a cracker.
Inland have just beaten Border 16-12. They just finished.
Natal Inland have finished their game as well. Natal Inland 16, Border 12. I think Ernest was looking to try and turn one of the side bowls out, but just sort of jumped the mat there, which made him go wide.
You see, there's 3 types of green. You just want to go into the dark green. You don't want to go too high.
All right.
Well, Andrew's certainly on a better line this time. He might even use that front bowl. And he even got the shot out of it. That was a great bowl by Andrew. A big turnabout. I think he was 3 or 4 down there. Well, Panasha is going to measure, but Daisy did say that we are now holding the shot. So Eastern Province got a 1 shot there, and to lead 13 shots to 10 after 15 heads. So there's a 3-shot difference with 3 ends to play. And what was very, very nice to see is Ernest went up to Andrew and congratulated him on that shot. Really, this game is played in a wonderful spirit. And it's awesome to see young players making their mark in the game and showing such great sportsmanship. Congratulations to all their coaches, the development officers who've been helping them along the years. Certainly have done a great job in developing these young, fine players. Well, Desi threw the jack into the ditch now. Now that might come back to haunt her because they've been really playing well with the mat up. Ernest can now sort of play his type of length that he wants. Panasha has taken the mat back slightly and thrown a relatively short end. So Rudy Alcops did win his game against Port Natal, and that puts Rudy on 9 points, 3 wins. He will be playing Jerry Baker next, who's also got 9 points, 3 wins out of 4. Limpopo, who is also in that section, also won their game this morning, have also got 9 points.
Yeah, Bobby, I think chatting with Jerry last night, he said today is the day that the big moves have to be made in this tournament. You know, yesterday, get the feel of stuff, and today you make your big moves. And with that, Desi is showing her class as well. Put another one right behind the jack.
Yeah, certainly a great ball there from Desi. Desi certainly has impressed, not only with the way she's played, her game management, the way she calls the shots, very confident in her calling. And she certainly has held the EP side together, particularly when they were down early on. She kept on piling pressure onto Ernest. And then the one that Ernest did miss, EP did pick up a 5, which has changed the whole momentum of the game. So back at home in Port Elizabeth, the Sterling family, you must be very proud of your dad, Adam and Gabrielle. I know that Adam gets very, very upset with his sister, and he's the only one who's allowed to call her Gabrielle. The rest of the family call her Gabby. But Adam, a 3-year-old little boy, he's the only one allowed to call Gabriella by her name. Everybody else refers to her as Gabby. So they must be very happy watching their daddy play this morning.
Great attempt there by Panashe.
Yeah, great effort from Panashe, and at least she's given Ernest something to play to now. Ernest has got a good shot to find Panashe's ball. His ball could possibly run through and remove the back ball, so certainly has helped. The backhand seems to be the easier hand to play that shot. It gets a nice little bend at their death. They are discussing it, what they're going to play. But it's Andrew first, and I think Andrew, if he can match the 2 yellow bowls at the back, it will be a great bowl. Andrew knows that he is 3 shots up with 3 ends to play. So if he does concede a shot, he doesn't want to concede more than a 1. Well, he's just drawn, and it could be another shot, which means the jack cannot go through anymore. If the head is killed or burnt, does get respotted on the 2-meter mark. And at this stage, if it goes onto the 2-meter mark, it looks like Eastern Province will still be holding the shot, so it's a bit of a dilemma for Ernest. He's not having a full go, but he's certainly undergrassed it. Desi has called Andrew to match the 2 yellow bowls. Which he has done as well. So, as we said earlier, just about the 8th or 9th head, Andrew really has shown his mettle and played some really great bowls. And I don't think Ernest should mess around with that head. He should have a full go at it. He's in the area, but I don't think he's quite got the weight to play the shot. Well, he's turned Panashai's bowl. That will be an absolute great shot. Desi says that she is still holding 3, but Ernest has given himself a big option now. If he can turn the yellow bowl one more roll, he could possibly get the shot depending on the result. Panashai is really speaking to Ernest earnestly. She's giving him all the confidence to play the shot. But it's Andrew Sturley to play first, and it's a good move again by Desi. Desi will be looking to call a shot wide of the jack, just in case the jack does pop out there. So that's very good positional bowls there from Andrew. I don't think Ernest will play with a lot of weight. All he needs to do is to turn the yellow bowl, and he might be looking to play with an extra bit of weight this time, maybe an extra meter. The problem is, if he does find his ball and the jack shoots through and his ball locks into the head, it could still be a couple of shots down.
Yeah, I'm just wondering whether he's not trying to squeeze the jack out here to his way, what we thought was a wayward ball.
It depends how he finds his ball onto the jack. Well, he's certainly playing a lot more weight. But I think he's under again. So it's it could be 3 to Eastern Province. And for the first time this game, Ernest has actually shown his disappointment on the shot that he has played. But he certainly has played some great bowls in this game. So it's 3 shots to Eastern Province. So Eastern Province take a 16-10 lead, but they conceded 3, but now they've called the umpire to come and have a measure, to come have a look.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
No, it's cool. It's your production.
Yeah.
Here we are at Sasolburg, and this is the final game to be played. We will update you on the final scores shortly. And we do have another 2 ends to play, so BGN are going to have to work really hard these last 2 ends to try and catch up. But as we've seen this morning, there's been 2 6s already on the greens, and it's not over. We've got the umpire Dirk Malonge on the green, giving him some work to do. Up, so he's conceded the 3 shots there, so that was very, very well played there by Desi, drawing a front toucher and almost a back toucher as well. Like you see, Owen, the leads certainly do control the game in a 3-ball pairs game. earlier on, Ernest was playing some great bowls. He was turning over shots, raced into an early lead. But Desi just kept on plugging away, kept on piling on the pressure, and the break eventually came. Ernest can feel very proud of himself the way he has played this game. Panasha has tried her best as well, and has played some good bowls herself. The thing is, Desi has been finding the line so well, so when she draws close, her bowler is normally covering the jack, doesn't leave any catches. Panasha seemed to pull that ball across her body. Right, on the blue section, all the games have been completed. So in the blue section, the game's all been completed. Border and Eden Bowls peeled the game 14 all. Lani Nell, who we saw plenty of yesterday on the 2 live stream games, came back to beat Northwest. So Lani Nell 20 and Northwest 17. Another close game. The Western Province pairing that we saw yesterday afternoon came back strongly this morning against Wayne York from Southern Free State, beating Wayne York by 19 shots to 18. Very close game. Natal Inland beat Border 16-12. And CPM Matthewson beat Dora Foslu from Kingfisher. It's the first game Kingfisher have lost by 18 shots to 12. So CPM Matthewson will probably be leading that section now, seeing that Wayne York had lost and Kingfisher lost. But it's all to play for. It's very, very tight at the top of that group. In the red section, the final scores that we have are Jerry Baker 18 and Toby Gerber 15. Fran Baleri 10, Sedabeng 19, Limpopo 30, EKB, which is Ikuruleni 7, and Rudy Jacobs won his game against Lionel van Niekerk 18-13. That was after there were 12 all with 2 ends to play, and Rudy Jacobs on his birthday picked up a 6. So well done to Rudy Jacobs. They're leading now the section with Jerry Baker and Limpopo. They're all on the same points. And our next game up is Jerry Baker with Rudy Jacobs, which will be live streamed. Now, Ernest Wagner is sort of running the jack now, looking to run the jack. And on that backhand, as we've seen so many times, it looks like it's on the right track, and then the ball just seems to straighten up. Certainly looked good as the ball left his hand. So again, we would like to thank the Sasolburg Bowling Club for hosting such a wonderful event. Jochie Viljoen, who's the headmaster, certainly runs a very tight ship here, very friendly man, and any help that we ask for or any requests that we are made, certainly do consider us and help us. Everything is no problem with them. Congratulations to Sasolburg. They have spent an enormous amount of money upgrading their club for this tournament, and it's wonderful to see a little club like this that not many people do visit, really putting the effort in hosting a great tournament. And so far, it's been an absolute success. So well done to Sasolburg, to Jochi and your team and Sarita. You people really have outdone yourselves. And as we're sitting here, we can hear we can smell the wonderful food that they are preparing. They have hired a special chef to feed us throughout this weekend. So we're looking forward to lunch in a couple of minutes' time. But in this game, we've still got the last bowl of Ernest to play and then one more end. If Ernest doesn't get the shot this head, that is going to be the end of the game. Certainly very close.
So close.
Oh, he was very unlucky to find that port. Just the last couple of heads, things just have not gone Ernest's way. But that tends to happen. So it's another 2 to Eastern Province. So Eastern Province have basically won the game now. They are 18-10 up after 17 ends. It was a great effort by BGN. It's wonderful to see the young players playing and playing so well. But at the end of the day, the experience of Desi pulled through. She certainly controlled the game. She helped Andrew along, calling the right shots, being very positive in her shot calling, and has certainly probably outbowled Panache to about 65% to 35%. Panache has only been playing bowls for 2 years. She's basically a novice still, done extremely well, and has been selected to represent the Proteas in the African states at the end of June. And one of her playing partners will be Desi, with a very young side going up to Namibia to play. Other young lady that we do have playing in this tournament, Fran Baleri from KwaZulu-Natal, will be part of that team. So it's a nice young girls team that is going up to Namibia, and we look forward to see their results. And Desi, just to put the nail in the coffin, has drawn a front toucher with her first bowl. Certainly has played exceptional bowls. Well, Desi is actually just playing such great bowls at the moment. She has found the ditch hand up and down, stuck to that hand the whole game, and seems very, very in control of herself, of her game. Very positive. Desi is a biokinetist down in PE at the Nelson Mandela University. She is involved with sportsmen every day. Yeah, it was a great shot there again from Desi. Just took the catch away and still holding the 3. Now the consistency of Panache just hasn't been there this morning. Every now and then she'd draw a good shot, but And Desi, every head, 3 balls always in with a meter and just kept on the pressure. Eventually the pressure on Ernest had to crack. He had to crack sometime, and he picked the first time that he missed, he dropped a 5, but he was a few shots down, a few heads before that as well, and he saved and drew the shot. Certainly had a great start to the game, but Desi's continuous pressure certainly has worn Ernest down in this game, and simultaneously Andrew has started to play some good balls on his own, of his own. So they're playing the last head, and even though they've lost the game, it's important for Ernest to try and get a couple of shots this end, just to narrow the shot aggregate a bit. This section could go down to shot aggregate. Ernest is not out of the tournament. This is only his second loss. Yeah, that's a very good shot there from Andrew, and I'm sure Andrew's family at home are all supporting him and cheering him on for their second win of the tournament. They will now be level on points with Ernest Wagner. 2 wins each. But in the sections, as we've seen, there's been plenty of upsets. Western Province, who were totally outbowled yesterday afternoon, came back strongly this morning to beat Southern Free State, who were leading the section. Wayne York was unbeaten yesterday. He won 3 games out of 3, and little Western Province, Miles and Jenny, they came back strongly this morning and won that game against Southern Free State. So well done to them. Well, Ernest has drawn 2 great balls of his own here. Yeah, it's 2 to Ernest. They basically ended off like he had started. The final score is 18-12 to Eastern Province. A great game, played in great spirit between the 2 teams. Wonderful to see young players coming to the fore, enjoying their game. No hard feelings between anybody, and congratulations each other. And really wonderful to see him bowls. He's in such good hands with youngsters like this coming through, and it's a sort of a model for other districts to follow. Start producing young players. They pick up the game very, very quickly, and now they are playing in the South African National Championship in the mixed pairs. Awesome to see. Remember, all of these players had to qualify through their districts to win in district mixed pairs to be here, and no selection on all, and it was a great game between 2 fine teams, and we wish them well for the rest of the tournament. We will try and do a couple of interviews before our next live stream game. It's Rudy Jacobs against Jerry Baker. Should be a cracker of a game. Those are the 2 section leaders in the section, so it's a great game to watch and be involved in. So please tune in about half an hour's time, and we will be bringing you that game. At 11:30, the next game will start. So if you can share this link and share it amongst all the friends, and let's see how many views we can attract this afternoon. Take a short break now. Thank you very much.
Do you want me to stop streaming? Yeah.
Just play the trials like we did this morning, up and down, and then we do the interview after that, after the trials.
So that, you don't think it delayed the game too much?